Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another CCL battle. We're gonna go to Division C again. We're gonna go to what is this? Week 1. Yes, it's week 1 of Division C, and we only have 2 battles for today. We're gonna see the matchup between 2 GoTWs actually. It's gonna be RiyT and Hedo or Hedo. I have no clue how to pronounce this name, so do excuse me if I mispronounce them. So anyways, they're facing off Armenia versus Macedon. Let's look at these armies. We got 4 heavy spearmen for Armenia, no upgrade, 6 archers gold, 6 cataphracts gold, and these are 2 horse archers with 3 upgrades. That's Armenia's army. Let's take a look at Macedon. We have 3 royal pikes, 4 upgrades, 6 archers gold, 6 companions gold, and 2 light lancers gold as well. So this matchup is always interesting because, of course, Armenia has the cavalry power. Cataphracts are stronger than companions, but do not underestimate companions and especially light lancers. There are 2 ways that Macedon can approach this matchup. One is with a very infantry-heavy army, and another is with a cavalry-heavy army. Both have good chances. I would say the cavalry-heavy army requires a little bit of more skill to win, because you need to get very good charge against the cataphracts. If you can get a good charge with companions and light lancers, you can beat the cataphracts. If not, they're gonna completely rape your calf. The infantry-based army for Macedon is a little bit more passive. You kind of play on the defense. You're looking for a skirmish. You don't have a lot of heavy cav. So eventually you're looking to kill Armenia's archers and then just force the cataphracts to have no choice but engage your pikes hand to hand. And that's where your advantage comes from. Because pikes, of course, have a bonus, a huge bonus against cavalry. Cataphracts can beat pikes. They can beat royal pikemen in a melee fight. But you have way better chances, and if you have enough infantry left, you'll beat the cataphracts. So you know, that's where this matchup stands. Armenia has really not that much of a choice. They have to go with a cataphract army. Sure, I've seen breaking very infantry-heavy armies with Armenia. You know, like 4 or 5 gold pikes. They cannot beat royals, that's for sure. But they can put up a pretty good fight, and then what they do is they still bring cataphracts, not 6 of them, they bring less cataphracts, but they have less upgrades, and we see also light cavalry to take out Macedon's archers, so that when the infantry engagement comes, you have pikes plus archers for Armenia fighting against infantry for Macedon, and that can be won with Armenia. So you know that one is a little bit more risky. I wouldn't even try it unless you're a very experienced player or you're not playing someone that is very good, because pulling that off against a very good player, it's not as easy as you might think. But anyways, we're on to the skirmish phase. RiyT immediately launching his horse archers in Cantabrian circle. Definitely a must for archer fights. We didn't see any long-range archers from Macedon, which is fine, because you don't really expect to beat these ones with long-range archers. Plus, they cost too much, they have low ammunition, and you don't really need them. So good choice there by Hedo or Hedo. I'm just gonna call him Hedo, whatever. So, anyways, also these spikes. I've said this before, probably not in these videos, but in some of the other videos I've done. Unupgraded pikes, especially heavy spearmen for Armenia, I don't know. I don't like them too much because they have low morale as it is, but just non-upgraded them. Of course, you don't expect them to be your main fighting force. They're just pretty much there to kind of protect the archers so they don't just get charged by the enemy cav. They can do that job decently, but in the long run, that they could hurt you a lot, because those units will rout almost instantly to anything. You know, a cavalry charge would make them rout. Infantry fight, they will last probably like 10 seconds before they rout. And when you have 3 or 4 units routing, that's a huge morale drop for your army. Even if it's not a big, you know, like you're not losing a lot of money or cost effective because you didn't bring any upgrades. But that's just going to drop the morale. You know, the units are going to see them rout, that's going to shake their morale, and that's going to affect the rest of your army. So that's why I don't like bringing unupgraded troops, at least not these troops, of course, like peasants and chariots that don't actually need upgrades, that's fine. But units that usually do need upgrades, I like to at least bring some defense if I'm not going to use them for an active role. But I mean, it could pay off. Especially because Macedon didn't bring all that many infantry. I mean, it's just 3 units, and they're not even gold. They're 4 upgrades, so it's not going to be as big of a problem as it could be with a different army for Macedon. But anyways, the skirmish continues. I'm just gonna move on a little bit. It's kind of a long battle, so we just jump right ahead. Definitely RiyT, what he's trying to do here is just basically drain out Hedo's archers. You know, not only in numbers but also in ammo. And I think he's doing a good job. I mean, you don't expect your horse archers to actually win the archer fight by themselves, but the fact is that RiyT still has 6 full archers that have not wasted a single arrow and who have not taken a single casualty. And if you look at Macedon's line, they've taken quite a punch. Some of their units are halfway down in numbers, others are still pretty up there, but rather than the numbers, it's the ammunition. They're wasting a lot of ammo. They have to be probably a quarter down in ammunition. So, you know, if it comes down to archer fight, Armenia will have the upper hand because of these horse archers. A note here, I mean, light lancers are light cav, which, you know, in theory is good for countering horse archers, but the problem with light lancers is that they have terrible melee stats. And sure, they have a great charge. That's what it's good to bring them, so you can charge the cataphracts from the sides when the cav fight comes. But the problem is that that leaves you with nothing to counter these horse archers. Because a better unit to counter these archers is Greek cav. Greek cav has better stats. They don't have as much of a charge, but they have better melee stats. So they can take out these horse archers easily and better than light lancers can. So it was kind of a gamble here, because he brought these ones to, I'm assuming he brought them to fight the cataphracts, but now he's kind of being forced to use them to counter the horse archers, and it's not working that well because their stats are too low. They die to horse archers' arrows, and even if they catch them, they will not, it's not certain they will defeat the horse archers. They might, just because the stamina of these units is always low, because you have them running the whole battle. Like, these units are made for running, so they're exhausted already. As you can see, these units are barely tired. They're winded actually, so that might be the decisive factor. But the problem is that if you drain these units, then it's only up to your companions, and you know, it's an even fight then, because it's 6 companions versus 6 cataphracts, and I think the cataphracts got that one. If you could bring this extra 2 units to the cat fight, then yeah, Macedon would stand a better chance in the cat fight. But that's what I was thinking. So that's what I was saying. This is a kind of a risky army to bring all this cavalry. It can definitely pay off, but you have to be very good with the cavalry charge. So anyway, some redeploying here, just moving around. The archers are still not firing for Armenia, and Macedon's archers are still taking arrows from the horse archers, and Hedo has to watch his flank, because this cavalry could actually charge into these units, and there's not a whole lot these companions could do, because they're slower than these units. I mean, it's true, these units are exhausted, which makes them pretty slow, but you don't want to waste stamina of your heavy cav chasing archers, or horse archers for this matter. So anyway, Armenia was trying to move up, but it seems like it's going to go back, keeping the cataphracts on one side. One of the things I've seen happen in battles like this is that they kind of just exchange sides. So you will see Armenia charge from this side, and Macedon, rather than counter-attacking on this same side, is just going to swing around and charge Armenia's left. So, you know, you charge from the right, they charge from the left, and it's just basically who wins his side first. I think that's a better option for Macedon, since they have the infantry advantage. So they will most likely win the center, and I think they can win the right before they win. I mean, they can win their fight before the cataphracts win theirs, and that added to the fact that these units will probably rout pretty quickly against the Royal Pikes will, like I said, is going to affect Armenia's morale. And then when the fight comes in the middle, when both sides end up meeting in the middle, Armenia is going to have, actually Macedon is going to have the upper hand. I mean, so I'm just throwing out there some thoughts on how this matchup works and what are some good ideas, some bad ideas, some risky ideas. But, I mean, it's completely up to you if you're playing, of course. So anyways, we're still skirmishing. Let's move up the battle. And here we go. A charge from Macedon. Bad charge gets cut there with the pikes. And surprisingly, nope, it didn't make it. Eventually routed. So here comes a charge from Macedon. I think he's going to go for it. He stopped that charge. RiyT was in a very bad position to engage at that moment, so it was a good move to retreat. That unit will probably come back, still got 16 men. And these horse archers, they could actually take down this light lancer unit. He could just mass them against them, and they'll take it down easily. He could just start killing off these archers. They're clean, and I don't think the companions will even bother at this point of the battle, because I'm pretty sure that ammunition is almost gone. They have to be under half, and probably close to being empty. So, ammunition, I mean, their archers not going to be as much of a use right now. So this is what I was talking about. Nope. I think they were going to do what I just told you, that Armenia was going to charge on the right, and Macedon was going to do it on the left. They were just kind of going to trade charges, but apparently they're going to pull back. This unit came back, like I said. There he sees it and brings it back. RiyT has to be very careful with his charge, because of course he can beat companions, but he has to be very careful that Macedon's infantry is not supporting the cav fight. Because even when he has the number advantage, he cannot really rely on this spearmen. I mean, he can use them to pin this Royal Pikeman, and he would still have one of them free, but just the fact that they're going to die so quickly makes me think that they're not going to fulfill that task as you would expect, because they're just going to rout so quickly that he could just turn around those pikes and go help in the cav fight. So more maneuvering. And here we go, moving to the left again. He should definitely be using this horse archers more actively. He could just charge and kill this light lancer. He could start killing some archers. Or maybe he's just trying to rest them. Okay. So there goes a charge for Macedon. That unit died pretty quickly. So apparently here comes the main push. He's just pushing with the infantry. Here he comes. There are 3 Royal Pikemen pushing forward, the cavalry right behind. Armenia reforming his line on the left. And here we go. This is going to be it, I think. Getting close. And this is what I was talking about. He's going to use these units to pin the infantry, but it's going to be a matter of how long they can hold before they can bring support. Either army can bring support. And this could be a problem. This is what I was also talking about. You don't want to get caught up in a cav fight where there's pikes supporting them, and it seems Macedon's going to be able to catch him, and he engages the pikes, and he's just pushing forward. He should just keep pushing forward. Don't stop, don't reform, just keep charging. And there we go. We're going to start the main charge. Here comes all the companions and the pikes, so that's definitely the upper hand for Macedon. There routes the first unit. Here comes the other pike, so this could turn the tide of the battle, and it actually does. The companions start routing, but here come the Royal Pikes, so this is what I was also talking about. Just bring the infantry to support. And of course, it seems Armenia got the upper hand just because cataphracts are so goddamn tough. but actually 2 units are out there. He's still got some decent numbers. He's gonna counter charge here. I'm not sure about this. He's charging right into the pikes, but he's gonna pull out immediately. There you go. And now he's doing what I was also saying earlier, chasing archers. You're free to kill them, so why not? And here we go. Armenia's definitely gonna have this one. And there's the general. He could just kill the general, and that'll be a hard blow for Macedon. The pikes are still alive, just trying to rush and help in the cap fight, but I don't think they stand a chance. The companions are pretty much gone, and he can just get out of this fight. He's still chasing them. So I think Armenia's got this one. So it seems, as long as he doesn't impale himself in this pikes or sarissas. Pikes are shorter than sarissas, actually. Yep, definitely Macedon. I mean, Armenia should have this one. The general is over here. He's not using it, and actually he should, because that's the unit with the most men left. He should definitely bring back the general. The horse archers still destroying the archers. Their Hedo is just blobbing them up against them, and it worked. He managed to rout them, and here we can see hammer and anvil strikes, and they work. Royal pikemen start routing immediately. That could have been also because of this flaming arrows. RiyT started flaming the infantry, so by the time they charged, the morale just dropped a lot, enough to break them. So I think that's gonna be it. And it is. Hedo just admits defeat. It's a pretty good battle. It was a very patient battle for both sides. Definitely not engaging until they thought the time was right. And you know, the cavalry engagement was a little bit weird. You know, the initial charge failed, the retreat then failed, and then the counterattack kind of failed again because Hedo had the initiative, but then he made a bad charge. But anyways, good game for both of them. It's all GoTW players here. So anyways, we're gonna go to the next battle. Follow the link right here. Thanks for watching.